Not gonna lie, I'm actually a tad bit shocked that a lot more people wanted to see Black Ops 2 over Black Ops 1 or World at War, or Call of Duty 4, even Modern Warfare 2, but Black Ops 2 is a pretty decent game, so don't worry. I'm going to start grinding out some clips for Black Ops 2, and probably in the near future I'm going to continuously grind out other clips for other games like Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty 4. I'm just in a phase right now where I'm really loving World at War, and I'm playing it a ton. And when I play a game a ton, obviously that's going to be the easiest game to get my clips for. So you guys are witnessing a lot of World at War gameplay. I just have a lot of clips of that at the moment. But don't worry, I'm definitely going to branch out. I'm definitely going to play other games. I'm just enjoying World at War. But the main reason I'm showing off World at War today isn't because I'm just playing World at War. It's because I have a commentary planned out today that this game perfectly will describe how I'm feeling towards this topic. Now today I'm going to be talking about Ground War and Modern Warfare, and the title might throw people off a little bit. You might say, well JB, you always play Ground War, how can you say it's absolutely awful? And I'm going to explain why Ground War is probably one of the worst game modes in Modern Warfare. Now yes, don't get me wrong, it's probably at the moment the most playable game mode in the game. Especially when all the those glitches where you can glitch into these awkward spots and kill a bunch of people where they can't kill you. I think those are being worked on. They're being fixed. Soon those will be out of the equation and Ground War will be back to normal. I just overall have the most fun when it comes to Ground War compared to 6v6. And actually, I've been kind of getting into 10v10. Once you learn how to exactly play the maps, I think if you just stick around the B flag on 10v10 domination, you'll get the most action for yourself instead of branching out, maybe trying to hold the left flank or holding the right flank. The majority of the action kind of, revolves into the center of the map, so I do enjoy 10v10 as well. But Ground War overall is probably the most enjoyable experience in this game. But the reason why it irritates me so much and annoys me is because Call of Duty and Infinity Ward, they didn't take their personal approach on a Ground War game mode. They literally copied and pasted Conquest from Battlefield, any Battlefield game, and they put it in Call of Duty. There's no creativity to it. There's no Call of Duty, feel or vibe to it. It's literally just Conquest with Call of Duty. It has its Call of Duty moments. Obviously, it's going to feel like Call of Duty because you are playing a Call of Duty game. This game wasn't developed by EA DICE. This game was developed by Infinity Ward, so it's always going to have that Call of Duty feel, no matter what game mode comes into the game. Even if they went completely Rainbow Six Siege and did, an exact replica of Rainbow Six Siege, it would feel like Call of Duty because it's made by a Call of Duty developer. But I really wanted Infinity Ward to do something more with this game mode. I really wanted them to branch out and make it Call of Duty. Not have to completely copy what another developer does for their game and then implement it into Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It feels very last second. It feels like a back thought, something that they just quickly cooked up, Activision, and said, yo, we gotta put this in the game right now, that'll make it awesome, last second thing. Infinity Ward just cooked it up and put it together really fast and gave it out to the public. I don't think they actually sat down and thought about Ground War and Modern Warfare. Now the reason you guys are watching World at War is because currently in its prime right now, a lot of the matches are Ground War style, I guess you could say. There are open lobbies with player counts up to like 40 plus people that can be in a lobby, and I have played in some of these lobbies where it's 20 versus 20 people, and they're on regular 6v6 style maps. Honestly, me personally, this is the Ground War style that I was expecting and that I wanted out of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Call of Duty is all about 1. Infantry gameplay, and 2. Fast-paced action. Now, even though there is tanks in World at War, I already mentioned this in other topics, they did it so much better in World at War than Modern Warfare did with tanks. I don't know why, in God's name, Modern Warfare made their tanks the way they did. They should have made it like not Modern Warfare. They just should have made it like World at War, where the tanks were slow, they were sluggish, they were hard to get around, they couldn't shoot like 50 shells at people. They shot, one tank shell. It took like a couple of, 5-10 seconds to reload. By then, if you're infantry, you can get out of there, move away from the tank, and you don't have to worry about dying. In Modern Warfare, they make it too easy for the tank players to dominate the lobbies. So obviously that was the #1 biggest screw up for Modern Warfare right there with Ground War, is that they made tanks too dominant. But then of course, if they just tuned it down and made more maps like World at War that you see here, traditional styled Call of Duty maps, and then up the player count on those maps, that's what I wanted out of this Ground War experience. In World at War, when I'm playing these high player count lobbies that are hosted on these maps that Treyarch, intentionally developed for 6v6, there's a lot of action. There's tons of action, actually, and it's probably my most favorite way to play a Call of Duty game. Now, it's not just World at War. I just wanted to show World at War gameplay because it's easier for me personally to find lobbies that have better pings on World at War compared to Call of Duty 4. But Call of Duty 4 is the same exact way. You can find like Ground War style lobbies that are hosted on maps that were designed for 6v6. You've guys seen this. I posted some videos on TSG of the Call of Duty 4 lobbies on PC. I posted other videos on this channel right here of the Call of Duty 4 lobbies. I think I posted them a little bit before the Modern Warfare beta came out, or maybe before Modern Warfare just came out in general. I wanted to play some original Call of Duty 4, obviously, before that game came out. But I did show you guys the Ground War style game modes in Call of Duty 4 as well. It's just the best way to play these Call of Duty games. And in these lobbies, they max out the kill count so you can never get the maximum amount of kills, and they like put the time limit on 10 or even 15 sometimes, and they just let you go at it. You know what I think? I think that is fun. And devs like Treyarch and Infinity Ward don't like to have fun. Yes, it's a very crazy and wonky idea. And I guess from a dev's perspective, it doesn't make much sense to make a 6v6 style map and allow 40 people to play on it. But guess what? That's what would make your game stand out. If you went ahead for a selling point and instead of copying Battlefield Conquest, which everybody knows, it's not like nobody knows this. It's as obvious as anything. It's no way nobody doesn't notice that this is Conquest from Battlefield. If they went ahead and made their own twist on a Ground War and said Ground War, 6v6 maps like Rust from the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, play 40 plus players, unlimited score limit, it's like people would go crazy for that. People who love to drop nukes would be obsessed with that game mode. They'll be playing it all day. Casual players who just want a lot of action for the most time that they can get instead of sitting in a regular 6v6 match and wasting 10 minutes of their life, they can just go to the new game mode, the new Ground War version, and spend 10 straight minutes of 20 other people on the enemy team on one of the smallest maps in the game, just all-out warfare. Now, I know a lot of you guys probably will not agree with this. I don't blame you because Modern Warfare, just in general, is a very toxic game. And I don't know personally if this change will really improve the quality of life for Modern Warfare. Because Modern Warfare is Modern Warfare. They made it a specific way. Honestly, I don't know what they can even change to improve the style of this game. I think it's too far out there. But I think that initially I thought that they should bring back 24 versus 24 on 10v10 maps, like they did with the Palace map. I felt like they should do that with the rest of the 10v10 maps, which I think can easily work. But what I think they should really do is instead of doing it for the 10v10 maps, do 24 versus 24 or even 20 versus 20 on the 6v6 maps. Now currently on Gunrunner and Ramazan, I think, they do 10v10. And it's decent and all. It's some action. It's not like out of this world. It's not like what you're watching right here in front of you with so many players and so many places and you could just mow down endless amounts of enemies. It's not like that. It's still campy. It's still slow. But it's more action than 6v6. But what I personally think is that they should just go all balls deep into the excitement factor and what makes something fun and stop being so boring. Please, Infinity Ward, let's have a little fun. I would not mind at all to have some fun on Modern Warfare. I can tell you that right now. I would like to have a blast while playing Modern Warfare. But what I think you should do is go ahead and put 20 versus 20 on all of the 6v6 maps. Just let it go. Just go ahead, put a new game mode into the game, domination, or even TDM. Just go ahead and put TDM and just max out the score limit like you see right here in World at War. Just max the score limit, can never be touched, full 10-minute lobbies, and just make that a playlist. You don't have to force it on everybody. If nobody wants to play for 10 minutes and an action-packed game mode, they can still go ahead and play their 6v6. Or they can go play 10v10, or they can go play the Battlefield copycat ground war. But if you really want that action, if you really want the most bang for your buck with your time, I would highly suggest them making a game mode like that. 20 versus 20, 6v6 maps, you're done. You're set. Will it ever be done though? Probably not. Devs are boring. They suck. You have to leave it up to the community for fun things to happen. Usually when the community can get their fingers on things, like World at War, where it's tons of mods for the zombies, and as you see right here in front of you, they can completely mod out custom games where no noob tubes are allowed. That's why I'm playing right here. I love it. I love not dying to noob tubes at all. All you have to worry about is grenades and sometimes rockets if it's a tank map. But if it's no tanks on the map, usually people don't run rockets. It's amazing. But you get custom lobbies like this, max score limit. It's like, it's weird how the older school Call of Duty titles are better because the community is finally able to put their hands in it and make it what it should be. It always sucks when the devs have their mindset in these games, but it improves when the community can build upon it. It's going to be one of those situations where Modern Warfare won't budge. They're not going to do anything fun. They don't have any fun ideas for a playlist. They're just going to keep taking in and removing shootouts 24/7 and shipment 24/7. That's their whole idea of what fun is, removing game modes out of the game 24/7. I don't know who made that trend. I don't know who thought it was an outstanding business idea to, continuously remove game modes out of the playlist. Back then, you used to get the game modes and that's it. You could play them or they either die out, but they're still in the game. I don't know whose genius idea it is in the marketing team that said, hey, let's just constantly remove the game modes and add them back in. That sure will grab people's attention. But right now, in its current state, Call of Duty is not focusing on fun, and I think they're mostly focusing on sales and getting as much money as they can out of the Call of Duty franchise, which sucks. Like, seriously. The best games are the ones where the community can mess with the game. CS:GO, Gmod, right here in front of you, Call of Duty 5, World at War, all the games where the community, even Doom, the Doom game, yo, did you see some of the custom games that some people build and the maps? It's absolutely insane. Halo Forge, it's so many different things that people, the community, the people who play your game on the day-to-day basis, it's so many things that they can do to make your video game live on. And honestly, the games that last the longest, the games that have the longest lifespans, are the ones that the communities can actually help and build the game. There's games out there where the community, the people who play the game, are the ones who fix the most broken bugs that the devs won't bother with when the game is in its prime. The community is the one that continuously adds in brand new maps for people to mess around with that are fun. The community are the people who can keep making brand new weapons, brand new game modes, make these custom lobbies that people would enjoy, whether it's sniper-only lobbies or lobbies where the score limit never ends. It's absolutely chaotic lobbies with 20 versus 20. The community makes your games fun. So please, Infinity Ward, I don't know what you're going to do with your next game, but let me preach out to Treyarch right now, because Treyarch is our last hope, I'm guessing, with the Call of Duty franchise. Please make your game about fun. Please, just 1 year. Give us 1 year for the Call of Duty fans. We've been asking for it for so long, but every Call of Duty game starts out as just a completely money bag type game where it's only focusing on cash. And then by the time it's the end of the year, they'll do some work on the game to make it fun. It turns into a decent game, but it's not completely amazing. I want a masterpiece again. I want Call of Duty to be revived from the dead and made into an outstanding video game. A game that everybody loves and can play religiously. Call of Duty at this point is just a yearly cycle that people will purchase this game, play it for 1 month, and then put it on the shelf, and maybe touch it like once every 2 months. They'll pop it in the console to play it, but nobody plays Call of Duty like they used to. Call of Duty isn't that game that is the absolute shit. The game that every single person in the world wants to play all the time. It's just not that anymore. People will watch it. It gets a lot of views still, I guess, if you're the right type of YouTuber. But at the end of the day, it's not what it used to be when it was in its prime. And I want Call of Duty, and I want the devs to be able to make that. Now, I don't know if they just need more time to develop a game like that, or maybe Activision is holding them down, but regardless of what they need, they just have to get it done. We need one game that shows love, passion, and tons of fun. But thank you all for tuning into this commentary. As always, it means the absolute world to me. Make sure you go down into the comment section and let me know what you guys think about the ground war that my vision is about. A ground war where it's just a bunch of 6v6 styled maps, 20 versus 20, all-out chaos, unlimited score limit, like 10 to 15 minute timers. Let me know if you guys think that's awesome, or do you prefer the ground war that we have in Modern Warfare, which is just Battlefield. I guess a lot of Call of Duty fans are Battlefield fans as well. But make sure you go ahead and leave a like if you enjoyed today's video. Always dislike it if you hate it as well, whatever you prefer. If you're brand new to this channel and you enjoyed what you heard today, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and help my channel out, please. Grinding to the 4K sub mark is very vicious, very hard, but I'm not going to stop. We're going to keep grinding every single day until we can hit that point in time. But thank you all for your support. It really does mean the world to me. If you're brand new and you don't know that I have a Twitter account, I do. And it's called @JbowenDaMan. You can chat with me on there, even see some behind the scenes clips. And if you just want to catch me live streaming, I do that over on Twitch, @JbowenDaMan as well. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.